Hey guys, so I'm here for a bit of a different video because I haven't filmed a video like this at all. But I got a book embosser, so it's in this little box and I actually can't I have to go around to get close to you. But this is the label that my book embosser has. So it is from the library of Abbeyleec and I got to pick the little flowers with the book. I am so excited. So it comes in this like nifty little box. So it comes like this. So this is the embossing bit, and if I remember correctly on how to actually do this. So that's how it looks. So we just on the books and stuff, and I will get a bit of paper to show you. I only have sticky note paper, but let me show you the crunch. Is this going to be ASMR? Do I know how to do this? Ready. It didn't make the crunch. It barely even did it. Okay, here's me not putting it together right because I'm like, it's not pressing properly, but I got it better. This is how it looks. So the only problem I can see is that it does kind of have holes. So like, I don't know if it's gonna fully show that it does, but there is definitely some like breakage in here, but it's very nice. And I've been playing around with it on like paper and sticky notes and stuff, but I haven't actually done it in a book yet. But basically, you're just gonna come with me as I clean my bookshelves for one, but also emboss all of my books. But I'm also going to be looking at them with the idea of if I would like to emboss this book, in the sense, because if I emboss it, I want to keep it, and I'm not going to emboss anything I haven't actually read yet, so that if I don't end up liking the book, that's going to be fine. But basically we're just gonna like have some fun, have a chat. I even matched my drink to my outfit because, of course, because I love Coke and I just need some soft drink to get me going, even though it is sugar-free. But basically the plan for today is to do these two and this one, because I'm just only going to work on 3 shelves, and then the next day I will do the other 2, and then another day I will do the bookshelves in the other room. But I'm basically going to take it all off, have a look at my books, clean, and just have a chat with you. And the other thing is we've got hello and hello. So there is going to be 2 cameras filming here. So where you're looking at me now, this is the time-lapse camera, which is going to be flitted throughout the video because it's going to take a while. And then when I talk to you here, this is just going to be my thoughts and feelings, because I'm just double cameraing it, I'm doing it, I'm making it happen. But let's get into this and just start seeing how the process actually goes. Okay, so you're 1 shelf down, and to be fair, can you see how badly these shelves have warped? Like, I did buy cheap ones from Fantastic Furniture, and what I'm thinking is I'm going to flip them over to hopefully try and get rid of this warping, because it is getting so bad. Like, these shelves are just completely thingied, and I know that I have little indentations here, but I feel like it could work. I got to clean it first though. But I'm getting like, you know, getting really sad because a lot of my books are heavy, so it becomes a problem when everything is just so freaking heavy, and I've got to try and like just not look at it. But then I'm in here all the time for the fact that I sleep in here and I chill on TikTok in here, and you know, just it's my room, so I'm going to be in here. But I am thinking that if I just do this, like, it's going to make them a bit taller. But I hope that it can like compensate for how badly these have warped. Look at that. That looks even worse. Like, I feel like this could be like, see, it's definitely made it a bit taller. It looks weird. I'm sure it looks weird. Oh my god. So let's do this. So these are all hardcover books. Can I just say I'm already like, bitch no. Because I just fucking didn't like that book. But I kind of feel like I want to rearrange how they all look too. Like, I'm having a moment. So like, I'm not getting rid of Roseblood. I am excited because I realized that this is actually a Phantom of the Opera retelling. I didn't know that at the time that I read it because I didn't realize I was reading Phantom of the Opera. So I'm going to have to reread this one, so that's exciting. Shadow Queen, I really liked this book, and then I never finished on with the series too much. Like, I'm pretty sure I read The Wish Granter, and I don't remember anything about it. so that isn't good. And then I bought the sequels, which is the Traitor Prince and the Blood Spell. So my problem is I kind of don't want to emboss this series, and I'm not going to get rid of it because I do think I want to reread it, but it's like I don't know when I'm actually going to do that. And I'm just going to own these for how long? I've already been hit with dilemmas and I don't like it. You can be my show ponies for the first time embossing, because I loved Spin the Dawn, but then I wasn't as big a fan of the sequel, but I'm still going to keep them because I did enjoy the story as a whole, but this just wasn't as good. Oh my god, I'm so scared. I'm so scared to emboss the first one. So what page should I do? It should just be the title page, right? Like it should just be this page. Okay. Okay, it's happening. I don't know how deep I should do this, so it's just going to be on the corner. I'm hoping this is straight. Oh, I didn't do it hard enough. Oh, I stuffed it. I didn't do it good enough. Oh. Okay, this is why these are the first ones, you know? Gotta press harder. Okay. Okay, this time I got this. I know, and I put a hole in the book. This is not going well. This is really not going well. Oh my god, so it's definitely there. But look, no. Wait, could you see it? Look. I know that there's not enough space in the books for it. But I'd rather do this than a stamp because I feel like a stamp would make a problem. But like, it's kind of pretty. Another shelf has been done, so I don't know if I should be talking about every single book because I don't know if that's boring, because I feel like if I talk about everything it's going to take too long. But this is my Claudia Gray and Amanda Hocking shelf, and I'm actually pleasantly happy that all of these books are read. So the only thing I haven't read is Amanda Hocking's new trilogy that I got sent by the publishers and I didn't read, so I need to read this trilogy eventually, so that one gets to chill. On to the next shelf. Actually, I should put all the stuff back on. Like, I have some fun things, like my little hourglass, my Mickey Mouse ears that I got from Disneyland because that was just a dream trip. This is something that I love so much, so I got this from the Leaning Tower Pisa when I was there on my trip, and it is like severely crooked. Like, can you see how crooked it is? Like, that is my favorite thing that I've gotten in shot glasses. I got this because it smells nice. Like, you honestly cannot even believe how many trinkets that I have, guys, because I just collect things and I keep putting them here and then it becomes really busy. Like, even my little Mickey Mouse pop Funko that I needed. Oh, the fact that I still have my first review copy that I ever got sent because it was for a booktube tour. Everything is quite fucking dirty. Not as bad as when I cleaned last time because it was intense. But The Last of the Fire Drakes by Farron Umabahoy. So this was part of booktube tours and I got sent this and then I reviewed it badly because it was not a good book and then they never talked to me again. So clearly I didn't do it right. Like, this is probably still something to keep because it's special to me because it's the first review book I ever got sent for free. But it was like an awful book. So is it bad to keep this for the memory? I'm going to keep it because it is important, but I kind of feel like, I would emboss this. I would. It's kind of become my Paris section too because this is my little snow globe that I got at the Parisian in Macau. And then I bought my little Eiffel Tower, and then this just came in yesterday. I bought a fan over the opera pins, so they stay together now. So this is like the little Paris corner. Okay, so the other camera died, so I got to charge it up for a bit, so you're just going to have to look at me here. But when I do the bottom shelves, it's probably too much effort to try and time-lapse it anyway. So obviously keeping all my Lunar Chronicles and Marissa Meyer books, and I've actually moved some books over, so I'm really liking how the shelf's looking. Oh god, I'm really low, sorry. So, like, Rain the Earth's there, all of my A.G. Howard books for her Alice in Wonderland series. I moved the Wrath of the Dawn over, my Aaron Schulte books, and I still have my Mary Weber trilogy. I'm going to read it. Like, this is going to happen at some point. But that shelf fitted, like, really nicely. There's nothing too different on this shelf because it's basically the same. I just reordered it, so I, like, swapped the books and like change the locations because I'm just having like a bit of a change, which I'm not minding. So this shelf is done. So I still have my Hush Hush books, so I'm keeping these because these were a moment when I was younger, but I'm just going to put them lower because they're definitely not something that I need to have like showing. Like even these books being here, they're probably a bit too high, but we're just going to deal with it. But I've changed the shelf on this one too, so I'm really hoping that like the warping is going to get a bit better. But this is taking a long time. Like I started this an hour ago and I've only done 4 shelves. So it's effort. But the shelf that I did just do, I took off 5 books. I'm trying not to show the books that I want to unhaul because I'm going to make a separate video where I actually talk about it. And to be honest, most of it is books that I have read that I just don't really want to keep because they're not really books that I read anymore and things that I really like think I'll ever reread, and just my reading tastes are different. And to make room for the new books that I do want to read, there is some that I'm just going to let go of. I do have to show this one because it's kind of fun, because I actually have 2 emboss stickers on here because I have my Wire Chronicles approved, so I put it over on this side, and another one of them, like my Rain the Earth copy, had an embossing, but I ended up putting it on a different page. But that's just a bit of fun for Renegade. Okay, trying to actually get the shelves in, but it's like more difficult. So I'm keeping my Poison Study series because I still liked Poison Study, even though I shit on Spyglass or Sea Glass or Arse Glass, whatever it's called. I did like her other trilogy. Inside Out, I haven't read yet. I am going to get rid of my copy of Navigating the Stars. I'm only mentioning it because it's actually kind of gross and there's like weird spots on it, so I'm just not liking it. And then obviously I've got my Shadow and Bone trilogy, and then these are a bunch of books that I've just moved over. Now this shelf looks nice. I moved a keychain over because I actually decided to get rid of a candle that was here for a book that I'm unhauling, so that's happening. And then can we get to the bottom? I don't know if we can see this shelf. So I've moved Hush Hush here, and then everything else here I am keeping because I really do like my LJ Smith books. I'm keeping my Mark series. I know that if I was to reread it, it would bother me. See, these are all these toys that I've won. And this is a book series that I read in its entirety that my sister gave me, even though I realized they were all out of order. But not that it was very good, but I just have good memories of it surrounding my sister. And FYI, I haven't actually talked to my sister in over 10 years because we are just completely no contact, and it's not fun. But this is something that does remind me of her. But like getting a bit real, but like let's keep going. But I've also been doing this for over 2 hours and I've only done 1 bookshelf and it's 4:30. I don't know how much more I'm actually going to get done, but I really wanted to get the 3 shelves finished because we have people coming over tomorrow, and that's why I want to do 2 shelves when I'm also hungry. So this is the vibe. You know what's really annoying, right, is I just did these 3 shelves and I put the camera on a time lapse and it took a photo and then it didn't time lapse. So there's no point really, like I could time lapse me doing down here, but this just disappointed me. But I'm up to 24 books that I've taken off, and look, there's a bit of space here, but it's going to be for my Lore Olympus. So this is what I'm working on. Like, I've got making a bit more space that Lore Olympus fits. Like, the Bone Season's down here now. I added some books to my Jay, Amy, and Megan shelf. So, like, these are all kind of, like, Fanty-esque. This one isn't too different, but I am changing the order of most of the books. But, like, this is kind of publication order, which I like. And, yeah, I've just done this series. But can you see? Look at the space that I've already made for myself here. Like, this is going well. And I'm at the point too where I'm thinking in the other room where I have like series that are like kind of romantic-y but not really, I should kind of bring them into this room and like maybe have a shelf for them. Like, I've got to like, you know, rework this. So I'll probably bring some books from here, put them over here. It is getting late, but it's fine. So it's 4:45 5. So I want to get this shelf finished, and then I'm going to do dinner, and then I'll be coming back to film some more, and that will be after dinner obviously, so it's going to start getting dark. But overall I feel like I'm doing pretty well. Like the cleaning obviously is taking too long. You didn't see though, I think I did a great job on this shelf. I'm 60 actually how far into my book. Did I mention that I'm reading Pumpkin Spice and Poltergeist? So I'm 62% through. I have 2 hours left, but that's 2 hours of 1.5, so it's going to be less than 2 hours. But I'm also getting very close to my listening hours. Like I actually need to check out on this. Let me just see. I am right at 15 hours, so I don't know if it's gonna let me keep listening. So I may have to stop this book before I even get to finish it, and I have to wait like 4 more days, like for the end of the month. That's gonna be so annoying. But then I guess I might listen to a bit of Phantom and then start my book club book, because I might need a bit of space between actually listening. But I'm gonna keep listening, see how long it will let me listen for, and yeah, get these 3 shelves done. I'm feeling very motivated, but I had to wait for a weekend off to spend all day basically doing this, but it needed to be done. Like I'm gonna feel better about it, that like I'm gonna have less books on my TBR. I'm probably hopefully gonna have more of an idea of where I want to start reading, and like the process is going okay. Okay, I'm giving you so many angles, but appreciate it. But I've just done these 3, and like these 2 shelves are done now, and I feel beautiful and they look better. Like there is definitely still a lot of things that I'm keeping that I'm like, I don't need them. But this shelf has been redone. A lot of these didn't get stamped because I haven't read a lot of the books here. Like I've read these 2, I've read Law, I've read these. Yeah, I've read these. I did stamp these. Did I? Oh, I can't even remember. I might not have. Wait. No. I'm gonna stamp these ones, okay? Because I did like these. They were like a cool like Hades and Persephone retelling, like shirtless man on the cover. I'm getting pretty good at it. So I need to do this whole trilogy. I'm moving things from the other shelf because I'm trying to make more space on that side, because see the thing is these are the shelves that do get hit by the sunlight, so I try and actively not have my blinds open in my room that often, especially because like the sun comes over, so that the sun comes through the window, shines mainly on these shelves. So I kind of put books and I'm like, I don't care if they get sun damage, but I'm trying to make a space on the other side to have more of my like adulty books. Like this is still like YA central and fantasy central, which is fine. So a lot of the series that I read in the day that I enjoyed, I'm still keeping, even though they're like fucking trash, but there's things that you like, you know. So I still have to finish reading Fallen Kingdoms. So like, yeah, I didn't stamp Unearthly because I will see if I will finish this trilogy, but if not, on the next Unholy is gone. But then like Star-Crossed and Halo, I loved these bloody Goddess and Angel books back in the day. They're not good, but I like them. But then my, what's the name, you know, my Fallen set is here, and then this is all on my Rochelle Mead books. Look, I did get rid of some books, so I finally was able to fit these here. Yes, I do have SpongeBob. I win things at Time Zone and then I keep them. But see, I actually didn't do these ones because I want tall paperbacks of these, and I've actually started to see people with them, and now I look at secondhand bookshops like when I'm in them for them, because this is fine, okay, because it started short and then it went tall. So I embossed all of these ones and I embossed these, but I really want tall paperbacks. If anyone's got any, hook me up, okay, because I need them. So my parents have decided to go on like a massively long walk, so we're not doing dinner yet, so I'm gonna get started. Gonna just keep going. I do, like, this is the shelf that I want to get done. I'm feeling very productive, but also this is taking a long time and it's a lot of effort. At least they're clean and hopefully Like, you can still see like how bad this is. Like, the warping is going so bad, but I really am happy about this decision because I have not done this once with these. So can you see, like, like it makes it like there's a slight difference in the height, but this one is curved weirdly and this one is curved the other way. Like, it's good, it's good. This is like gonna be the most unhinged video, and I'm sorry, but like, thank you for watching. Okay, I'm coming back. It's late, so the quality is probably going to be shit. But I did the top shelf. It's looking good, so I know that I'm getting a new book coming in here. And now I have a little bit more space to get the next Maureen Johnson book, which is going to be good. Now, Sarah J. Maas Shrine. This is the only shelf I would be able to say that I've read every single book. Which is, like, really not good. Because my Cassandra Clare shelf doesn't count. I still haven't read The Last Hours, so that's a bit shit. This one definitely needs to be flipped because there's some weight, so all of those are going to be embossed. I keep all my heavy card covers in the middle section, so like most of these are fine because I still love all of these books, but I'm going to keep going. I might be motivated to do some more. I'll just see how I feel, but we are doing it at night now. And I was going to keep listening to an audiobook, but I feel like I just don't really feel like it right now. So I'll probably pick up the audiobook tomorrow when I do the next section, which might end up being less if I keep going. I'll see how I feel, because I'm going to listen to Taylor Swift, my happy place. Like, I was listening to fandom before. It's like fandom, Taylor Swift, and books. That's my life. Even though it's Chicago, but it still counts. But I am going to keep going. Hopefully the time lapse still works out, because I have to keep recharging the camera because it does take up a lot of battery, and that's my dad's camera, because my new camera is too sophisticated, so I can't use the time lapse footage on my laptop that is starting to get old. But I am doing pretty well. I got 3 stacks of books I want to get rid of now. It's just nice. Like, I feel like there's a weight getting lifted off my chest. And I also appreciate Sasha and Grace for messaging me back with input on what books I should keep, because I'm very bad at this and I need all the help I can get, so I really appreciate it. So let's keep going. Okay, so I've done 2 more shelves. So Sarah J. Maas shelf is looking good. I like redid this one. Oh, this thing is not going to stay. It's all curvy now, obviously because of the fact that it's like reverse bowed. But I've decided that I'm going to move Cassandra Clare to this shelf. So she's here. I'm going to move her down here. Not that I don't love her any less, but I have a plan because I want to move hardcovers to that shelf. And I want to make this like my like romantic-y book club, books from Rare, books that I'm really interested to read. And I also might see how I go, but I might end up moving the paperbacks from up there to this one. I'll see. Like, I'm having a whole rework here because while I'm doing it, why not? So I'm going to bring those over. So that's what you're going to see now. So I'll clean this shelf and start figuring that out. This is going to take some getting used to. It's weird that it's down here, like it's ultimately going to be good, but I'm rearranging everything, so it's fucking stressful for the whole lot. But I just changed this shelf because I had it all stacked before, but then the dewarping, what's the opposite? I don't know how to call it, but it made it harder. So I've got a few piles here, and most of these books I haven't read, and there's probably books here that I could unhaul, but I really want to try and read Iron Flame. I've been wanting to read this trilogy, and this trilogy, and this trilogy, and Queen of the Tealing I didn't do because maybe in the next unhaul, if I haven't read them by then. And to be fair, Darker Shade of Magic, I didn't like it, but I just feel like it's such a beloved series. It's hard. And down here I have my Percy Jackson books, and I did emboss all of them because I will eventually read them, maybe. And my Hunger Games. So I have a little bit of space here. I don't know what should go here, but I'll probably buy Snakes, Ballads and Songbirds, or whatever the Ballad of Snake and Songbirds eventually. And then Haymitch's book, so that could like go down there. It's just because they're box sets, like they fit down there easily. It's not that I don't love them. But now, I have this empty shelf up here, and all this. So it's like, do I give up and just put it on the ground? Because I accomplished what I wanted to do. I did 3 shelves. I need to figure out where I'm putting these books, though. This is just too complicated. Like, why does it have to be so complicated? It is, though. I'm hoping you're enjoying this prime content of my stress, because it's too much. I'm officially getting too tired for this. It's 10:30 at night. I did like 2 more shelves than I thought I was going to do, which I'm very happy with. And I still have to do these shelves. This one's empty, so I have cleaned it. And all the books and stuff that are just being moved around until I figure it out are staying down there. But this one's gonna stay empty while I figure out the whole new system I want for it. But I'm hoping that these 4 shelves can be the like babe rare, like Celestial Book Club books that I'm really keen about area. I'm gonna get the rest of the Cassandra Blair books moved down, but this is also the best place to be out of the sun, so this is why I want these books to be protected. But this also feels weird. These hardcovers weren't here before, and at this point in time I have a pile of 51 books to unhaul, which again you will see in a video, but for today, that is great effort, and my hand really hurts from doing this. I cannot tell you how many I've actually done because it's just been a lot. But I'm looking at the pile of books, and I can look at it for a while because it's probably going to stay on the floor until I figure out what I want to do with it. But I'll try, obviously, to see if I can sell any online and make a bit of money back. And if that doesn't work, I go to Harry Hartog now, and they generally only give me $10 per box of books, depending on the condition that they're in. But it's still money that I'm getting back that I can still use. Like, yeah, it's not going to be the best amount of money that I'm ever going to get, but at least it's something. And, you know, decisions were made, and at least half of them are books that I have read that I'm deciding to let go to make room for things that I would rather have on the shelves, which I'm like excited to be doing. I feel like I did better than I thought, and I went further than the 3 shelves. So these 2 are going to get done tomorrow, and then I will see how I go if I get to the other ones tomorrow, because there is people coming over for a barbecue for lunch tomorrow, so it's going to be like a late afternoon activity. So it might just purely be working on this room, but I can start maybe bringing some books from the other room. But overall, I feel like it's going pretty well, so like, yay for me. Okay, so it is day 2 of the embossing slash book cleaning slash rearranging my shelves video, because it's just become a whole thing. But I have from this shelf down, so 4 on this shelf and the 6 on this bookcase to get started on. I am still not really sure what the plan is. I still have quite a bit of stuff stacked down the bottom here that I need to figure out where I want to put it, but I'm still thinking I want to keep hardcovers on this shelf. But there is definite series that I want to bring to this, like, adult section is almost what I would like to call it. Even though they're not all adult books, but like, say, like all the books I got in Rare in 2023 I still haven't read. It would be nice if they had like their own little area that just looks nice. And definitely I got to bring some of these paperbacks down, bring some stuff up. Like, there's still a lot of rearranging to do, and still quite a lot of stuff that's on the ground. So we're gonna get started. I'm quite full because I had lunch just before, but I am excited to get started on the new process of the next lot of shelves. But yeah, it's going to be a lot. But my audiobook of choice for today is going to be The Games Gods Play, and it is going to be 12 hours with 1.5 speed. If I do 1.55, it takes off 20 minutes, so maybe I should do that. But to be honest, listening to Pumpkin Spice, I feel like I wasn't focusing as much as I should have been because there was a lot going on with this. So I'll see how I go, because I feel like this is going to be more fantasy heavy, but I'm excited to listen to the book and get the next section of this done, because it felt weird sleeping last night with like just a whole empty shelf. I was like, I don't like it, it's all out of place, but I was too tired to keep going. So yeah, let's do it. hot. I really should have opened the window before I started doing this, but I'm done. The shelves are done, and I don't know if you can see, but how beautiful is this? And I have space on 3 shelves. So not like, I'm hoping I don't buy this many books for Babe. It would be bad, but I have space to keep going with my book club books. I have like, yeah, it's become like my adult section. Like, I know Crave is there as well, but I'm gonna start bringing across. Like, I just didn't have room to put Crave anywhere else, but I was also able to stop having like heaps of stacks, because the shelf down here, that one and the one right down the bottom, I was stacking them, and I just wasn't really liking how it looks. So it's nice that I was able to actually, like how I had all the books on the top over there, I was able to move them to this section. And from these 2 shelves alone, I had 27 books that I've put in the unhaul pile, which is like really good. So actually in total for this room, I have 75 books that I was able to take out, which I am just pleasantly happy with. Like, I feel like that's a really good effort. And I've got spaces to add certain books to my TBR. So there's a little bit of space up here. Obviously, I've got spaces for like books that I'm like currently reading. Actually, I need to make the space. So yeah, I've got spaces for like current reads that are going to slot right back in. I was able to take away some of my like little extras on top. I had to kind of rework it though, because moving the shelves around, there's certain books that I'm like, I want to see. So like, I've got like all my pictures on this bookshelf now. Like, I feel like the way to make it okay is to move everything and be really stressed and have no idea where anything is. So this room is done, and I feel like it just looks like a lot better. Like, I feel a lot better about it, and it's got me excited to hopefully start getting to some of the books here, because obviously it was a 50-50 on if I was going to look at a book I've had for like 10 years and be like, yeah, get rid of it. Oh yeah, I will try and still read that. So there are still a few books that I'm umming and ahhing about, but I would like to eventually hopefully get to reading those ones. So that's why certain series that are quite old are still sitting on the shelves. But I am just liking how it looks. The only thing though with flipping the shelves around that I can notice now is, obviously I do have the wood section sticking out. That's going to be a little bit annoying, but there is a gap underneath now. And I'm always been one to push my books all the way back. Like, I know people talk about how the moisture gets to your books and it's a problem, but I've just never cared. And I just don't feel like I live in a climate that it's meant to be that bad. But some of them are like severely that I can feel the books. So in a way, I've given it an air vent for the moisture. So hopefully, because the backboard is just really pushing out now, but they're not going to break. Like, they're fine. Like, I just feel like it just looks so nice now. And there's certain things like, losing it. I had my pig thing, right? I don't know if anyone knows, but this is my piggy stress ball, because it goes like this. I had it on the shelf and it stained it. So I'm like, damn it, piggy. But I don't know where to put it. I got this in Europe. It was a very necessary purchase. But it's really sticky. But like, there's certain books that I'm gonna unhaul, so now I don't need the candles. So I've actually, that just fucking landed on the bookshelf perfectly. That was hilarious. You didn't see it. I thought that was funny, but yeah, so I've been putting a few candles away. So like, it's still a lot, but it's like an organized clutter, okay? And I do hope you like looking at the bookshelves when I'm filming, and it's gonna look different now. So when I'm in the corner, you'll be like, ooh, it's slightly different. I really fucking love this thing. That's not a good noise, but I do love this thing. So I've done this room and it is only 5:40. So that took me 2 hours. I did take breaks when I was doing the other section, but I feel like it was just a lot. The floor will need to be vacuumed though, because it's going to be quite dirty, but I'm really happy with how I went with this. I'm definitely not going to do any more, because I know I could start doing the other room, but I did bring, what did I bring? So my Raven Kennedy books and my Hooked book, because I feel like those, not that they're necessarily fantasy, because this has become the like fantasy, sci-fi, retelling, paranormal section, because even though I do read mostly contemporaries, this is the shit that I read in my youths, and this is why I keep it together like this. But there's some things that are on the cusp, because I'm like, yeah, she turns to gold though, or some shit, so that feels like it should be fantasy, but it's in that adult dark romance section of things. Like Hooked is a dark romance, so like this is like kind of like my dark romance, even though Bronze That Tie isn't really dark, but I'm figuring it out. Like, you know, Fourth Wing has to stay there because it's important. Like, each shelf is gonna have a purpose. I just got to figure that out. But I do like that there's a bit of space, and as this being the protected shelf, because no sun gets on it. No sun, like a little bit of sun gets on these ones, but it's not that bad. But like, yeah, this is going well. I'm just really hot. I need a breather. But I'm really happy with how many books I was able to get in a pile for this unhaul. I did really well. Okay guys, it's finally day 3 of getting my bookshelves done. So we're going to do the contemporary space. And I don't really film out here much because it's really hard to get the camera angle. Like, yes, I just made the camera work now, but I have to be like really like tall with the camera, and I feel really short when I'm in here. So the other room is just more aesthetically pleasing. Not to say that this isn't nice, because I also have lots of trinkets and it's pretty, and I get to like, my desk is here and I get to like see this more often because I'm out here editing and doing stuff on computer quite often. But I'm excited. I feel like there's going to be less things to take out of this space though, because I do really appreciate my contemporaries and I just like reading them, even though I have been reading a lot of fantasy this year. But I'm excited. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to emboss, we're going to clean, we're going to flip the shelves, and hopefully this won't take me too long because I've only got 2 more to go. Like, I have 7 bookshelves in total and a lot of books, so there will be something. My mum is vacuuming right now, but hopefully it's not too loud. But I did the whole thing, okay? I was like gonna talk in between, but I just kept going. They're all cleaned, they're rearranged. Like, these still are a bit messy, and I can show you why, but I got 27 books out of this room, and a few of them were ones that I have read, a few of my young adult contemporaries that I'm like, I'm never gonna get to this. Like, I don't care about these 17-year-old little bitches anymore. And I have a grand total of 102 books, and I did not think I would get over 100, so I'm very proud of myself. I was able to really cull some shit here. I was just getting stressed with how many books I have, how I just didn't really have much space. I'm like, yes, this is like my special edition space, so I can put more special editions in. I have space on the shelf down there. Like, to be honest, in here there isn't that much more space, but maybe down the line I will figure something out. But I'm trying not to buy as many books. Like, I know I'm going to continue to do it, but there is so many books here that I can read, and then maybe down the line I might unhaul some more. But it's going to be good, because with my thingy I will definitely be making the decisions kind of on the spot if I like the book or not enough to keep it, in a sense. So if I really enjoy a book, it's going to be like bam, but if not, it will probably sit on my shelf until I get to the point that I want to do an unhaul. And it's not like I'm wanting to unhaul everything, but I really was happy with this process. I definitely would have done this to at least 500 books. Like, it was a lot of effort. And I still have another stack of books here that have to fit somewhere on a shelf. And it's bad that this is a way to get my TBR down, because I just have so many books and I don't know what to do with them, and it's just stressful. But I am very happy with how the process went. So I will unclip here so you can have a look at the bottom shelves so that you can see what I mean about the mess. So let's do it this way. So, I mean, it's messy in the sense that these are current reads. This is my Phantom trilogy that I'm reading. There will be a vlog about these books, but they're just sitting there until I decide to do with them. And I think because they're retellings, I'm going to put them in the other room. This is my current read. So, like, I have got my audiobook here. I've got many books here that I need to finish. So they're going to need somewhere to go. But I managed to get away from having them all stacked up. So I've got them all slayed out. So there is still some contemporaries here that I'm hoping that I'll be able to read. And this is where I've got a bit of extra space. But I just wanted to bring Holly Jackson books up further. But there is contemporaries here. So there's room for contemporaries. But you can see the way... Oh, my back broke something. But you can see the way that it's like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shelves of adult contemporaries when they used to only fit on one. It's just expanded. You can see where my favorites are sitting, and as I said, this is my special editions shelf for contemporaries. I was able to like take out some hardcovers, so now I could fit like my red, white and royal blue and like all my Geekarella stories. So this is just what I mean though when this is a bit messy. Like, I do have lots of trinkets, obviously. All of my Tessa Bailey books take up this whole entire space, so I probably should stop buying the paperbacks, like maybe wait until I've read the book and enjoy it kind of thing. But I'm very... Whoa, what is going on with the tilt? What's happening? So I am done for the moment for cleaning and such. As I said, a full unhaul video is going to be coming where I will talk individually about why I don't want the books anymore, and it's going to be a long video, but I'll make that video and then I will get rid of them, and then I will feel so much better because there'll just be so much less crap in my house. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's going to be a long one, and I hope that the time lapses were still entertaining enough. You could obviously skip through the video, watch it even on quicker speed if you want to make it a quicker time for you. But anyway guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.